1. All right, here we go. So, again, we're talking about who, what, when, where. That's our first grade lesson that we're going to go over real quick. And then we're going to jump into 4th grade in a minute. So, who, what, when, where. So, I'm going to read this, and then we're going to find out the answer to that. Here we go. My dad is driving the car. We are going to the mall to buy a new phone. We will be back home at 9 o'clock. That's pretty easy, right? First grade stuff. First grade stuff. All right, so the first question. What is the first question?
I'm already doing it. Who is driving the car?
Who is driving the car? Shh. Remember, only if I call on you to raise your hand. Raise your hand to answer the question. Parker, stop. All right.
Dad.
Dad is driving the car. It says right here, my dad is driving the car. So very good. So
Can we do this for the rest of the day?
I'm gonna circle A right there. Circle it, bubble it in, whatever you gotta do. All right, number 2. Where are you going? It's a car. Where are you going? What? To the mall. Yes. To the mall.
Where are we going?
What are you going to buy? What are you gonna buy? Easton. You're going to buy a phone. And that's really easy to find up there. Look. So Dad is driving. We're going to the mall to buy a phone. And then the last question, when will you come back home? When are you going to come back home, Jordan? At 9 o'clock. Boom. Y'all are really good at that. All right, so who, what, when, where? Here's my question. This is why we're doing this. Why is it important to find that? Why is it important to find who, what, when, where? Why, Sven? No, this would be like just a short lesson. Why is it important? To find evidence. So think about if this was a really big story on the FAST test, and we found who, what, when, where. How would that help you find the answers? Think about it. Think about comprehension, understanding what's going on in the story.
I know.
What is Judge Claire? It's how you know about it. Yeah, look, y'all. If you can answer all these questions, then like you know what's happening in the story. You know like the main gist of the story. You hold the structure of the story. That's like almost everything in the story. There are other details in there, sure, but this will help you with your understanding of like the skeleton of the story. All right. Now let's jump to 4th grade. Let's jump to 4th grade. Hold on. Jump to 4th grade. Hunter. We might have to make an inference. Remember what an inference is? It's using details from the text and our own experience. Why would somebody write this? Why is that written, Hunter? Why do they write that?
To tell about what they're going to do and everything that's happening.
Yeah. Who do you think they wrote it to? Anybody? Who do you think they wrote it to,
The
Asher?
reader. The reader.
Like who? It almost seems like a note, right?
Yeah.
Who would they give that to?
Mom?
Maybe to the mom? Maybe like you and your dad are going to the mall to buy a new phone and mom doesn't know about it.
In the picture, it looks like 2 kids and 1 dad.
There is a picture that does look like that. So maybe the dad and the kids are going to buy a new phone and mom doesn't know about it. So left a note. So that's a possible why. So that's another one. That's the 5th W. Who, what, when, where, and why. So if you know all 5 of those about a text, you have a pretty good understanding what that text is about. Correct? What's your question?
There's 2 dads and 1 kid. That's not a dad.
That looks like a girl. I'm gonna say dad, sister, brother.
I'm gonna say dad.
All right, here we go. We are moving on.
What? What's the trying to say?
All right, shh. Here we go. All right, so now, hey y'all, we're gonna take this same who, what, when, where, why, and we're gonna use it on a poem. This whole week's about poems. So let's look at a poem here. Let me make sure I'm getting the right poem to start with.
Mr. Wendell's quad, minus Ms. Couture, if you could please head to the cafeteria for your pantry time, and Ms. Owens' quad. Mr. Wendell's quad and Ms. Owens, please go to the
Here
cafeteria.
it is.
We're close. It's literally that. Let's go.
All right, we're gonna have to pause our lesson. We'll do the poem when we get back. All right, here we go. We're moving into 4th grade. I'm gonna read this poem. We're gonna do the who, what, when, where, why on that poem. So flip your paper over. On the back, it should have. You should have already wrote who, what, when, where, why. All right, here we go. I might have to read it a couple times. So when you read a poem, there's a certain way you're supposed to read it, so you have like the right rhythm, the right meter, the right flow. This poem's called How the Little Kite Learned to Fly. Here we go. I never can do it, the little kite said, as he looked at the other kites over his head. I know I should fall if I tried to fly. Try, said the big kite, only try. Or I fear you never will learn at all. But the little kite said, I'm afraid I'll fall. The big kite nodded, ah, well, goodbye. I'm off, as he rose toward the tranquil sky. Then the little kite's paper stirred at the sight, and trembled he shook himself free for flight. First whirling and frightened, then braver grown, up he rose through the air alone, till the big kite looking down could see the little one rising steadily. Then how the little kite thrilled with pride as he sailed with the big kite side by side, while far below he could see the ground and the boys like small spots moving around. They rested high in the quiet air, and only the birds and the clouds were there. Oh, how happy am I, the little kite cried, and all because I was brave and tried. All right, I like this. It's a fun little poem. I like poems, y'all. They're kind of like songs. They're pretty much the same thing. All right, raise your hand if you can tell me who is this poem about. Who's it about? Sadie. Kate. The kite. So you can write it on paper. It's about the kite. All right, what's the next one? So what is the poem talking about? What is it, Hallie? What is it? The kite doesn't want to fly. Okay, that's right. Why else? Like what else is happening in the poem? What else is happening, Easton? But he's scared. Yeah, so he's trying to fly, but he's scared. So that's what? Trying to fly, but scared. Very good. All right. Does it say when it takes place?
No.
So there's not really a when here. So it doesn't say when. All right. Where does it take place? Where's the poem? Where is it, Joseph? At the park. So Joseph Claire, shh. Joseph Claire said at the park. Yeah, it could be at the park. Where else could it take place? Carson? In the woods. Okay, it could be in the woods. Where else?
Outside.
Outside. Definitely outside, because I'm looking for one word. It could be at the park. It could be at all those places. But where?
Backyard.
It could be in the backyard. Where does the poem say it takes place? How? In the sky. So they are on the ground at first, but like it mostly takes place in the sky. So that's the where. All right, here's the last one. And this is where 4th grade comes in. This is where, if you understand how to do this, like, it's going to help you a lot when we're reading poems this week and after Thanksgiving. Why is this poem written? Why did the author write this poem? Why? Somebody just try to guess. Why, Easton? Never get up, give up, keep trying. Anybody else want to add to that? What you got, Ridge?
I feel like the author just got bored of learning to write a story that was kind of made no sense.
Hey, maybe. It could be. Sometimes we can come up, honestly, there could be many different reasons. I like Easton's. That could be a possibility. What you got, Gina? Why do you think it was written? Why was the poem written?
Probably to let children and people know to always believe in yourself and never stop following your dreams or do
Yeah, don't give in to fear. Just keep trying, and good things will happen. Is that right? What you got, Jason Claire? Last one. Yep, how the little kite learned to fly. Very good. Is it about this? Is it broke? All right, hold on. You take this pencil right here. All right, what's the last part I have here? So when we get into poems later on this week and next week, you can do this on your own, finding the who, what, when, where, and why, and it'll help you understand what the poem is. Sometimes you get some poems, there's a word called, they're really cryptic. They have a lot of figurative language, and sometimes you don't know what it means. People just make up words in poems or something like that. But if you can search through it, dig through it to find the answers to those 5 W's, it's really going to help you out. All right, so we have one more poem we're going to read, and then you can answer on your own. But I'm going to stop the video, and then we'll do that. We'll do that on your own. We'll do that on your own.
So that was a video?
It was. So thank y'all.